My CIA handler called me at 03:17 a.m. Moscow time. His voice was too still, too careful. A local gang, the ones your sister sued. Pause. They beat her. Another pause, longer this time. They left her in an alley. She didn't make it. Silence bled into the line. I could hear him breathing, could almost hear myself not. My sister, Evelyn. The only person who ever believed I had a soul left under the missions and the false names. The director gave me 48 hours and a black flight. Make sure to kill them all, he said, sliding me a file thick with names. 15 of them. I stared at the file. Then the clock. 48 hours. That's a little over 3 hours per target. But I wasn't counting in bullets. Not yet. I wanted to understand. Because Evelyn didn't die for suing a gang. She died for something else. Something someone didn't want her to talk about. They said she was found behind a nightclub. Broken ribs, fractured skull, wallet gone. A robbery. But Evelyn was careful. She never walked anywhere alone. At her apartment, the door was unlocked. No forced entry. Her laptop was wiped clean, drives pulled. Whoever did this wasn't sloppy. They were precise. Her phone was on the floor beside her bed. Last message, he knows. I can't hide this anymore. He, not they. The blood drained from my hands. Evelyn never used words carelessly. I checked the number. It wasn't saved in her contacts. Unknown. But the country code was American. Langley's code. I stared at the glowing digits, the cold blue light painting my face in that small, empty apartment. It wasn't the gang. It was someone closer. Someone who'd used me. I started tracing her last 48 hours. Emails, cab rides, cameras. She'd met someone at Cafe Recca. A man in a gray coat, half her age, confident posture, mirrored shades. The footage was grainy, but the walk was familiar. Agency training leaves a fingerprint on movement. He sat across from her for 43 minutes. She didn't smile once. He leaned in, whispered something. She looked afraid, then angry, then nothing. The feed cut. The cafe's server logs showed a hacked access point that same hour. Someone scrubbed digital footprints before I even arrived. I called the number she'd texted. Voicemail, 3 rings. Then, this inbox belongs to Agent Marcus Hale. Marcus, my field partner for 6 years, my brother, the man who swore to protect my family when I was under. I remembered his words from our last op. Sometimes, loyalty is just another currency. I didn't sleep that night. I replayed every briefing, every classified whisper, every mission where I trusted him. And beneath the numbness, a quiet rage began to take shape. I found Marcus in a hotel outside Warsaw. He didn't expect me. He smiled like we were still friends. Didn't think you'd come this far, brother. I laid a folder on the table. Her autopsy report. His name on the payment transfers. Evelyn's legal complaint against his shell company. The one laundering agency black funds. He looked at it, then at me. His hand trembled once before he steadied it with a drink. She was going to ruin everything, he said finally. You don't understand the scale. She was my sister. He laughed, soft, bitter. You think that matters to people like us? I didn't answer. I wanted him to drown in his own words. When I slid the flash drive across, he didn't pick it up. He knew. It held the recordings, his meetings, the transfers, the order for her death. I left it there. No threats, no shouting, just the quiet truth sitting between us like a loaded gun neither of us wanted to touch. The agency doesn't forgive scandal. By morning, he was in custody, for review. By nightfall, he'd used his service pistol on himself in his holding cell. I watched the CCTV footage once. He looked calm, resigned. They called me for debrief. I said nothing about Evelyn, nothing about the drive, just another closed case in a long list of internal cleanups. But before I left Warsaw, I mailed a second copy of the files, to every journalist Evelyn ever followed. Her name would be remembered now, not as a victim, as the reason their empire cracked. I flew back to Moscow that night. No celebration, no satisfaction, just silence. Her photo sat on my desk, creased at the corner, coffee stain near the edge. I touched it once, then turned it face down. The director called again. "Good work. You want another assignment?" I stared out the window. The city glowed beneath the snow, indifferent to everything. "No," I said, "I'm done." He didn't argue. They never do when they know what you've become. I have 48 hours before they send someone to erase me too. That's fine. I already did what I came to do. I killed them all. Just not with bullets.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.